Hello, hello. Welcome on into another episode of the Whiskey Crusaders. I'm Will.
I'm Matt.
On today's episode, we're exploring Indri, an Indian single malt whiskey. Don't you forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Click that notification bell. We also have a Patreon page if you want to see some behind-the-scenes fun. Matt, you want to tell me more about this particular single malt whiskey?
I do. This was sent to us by the brand here from Piccadilly Brands. This is the Indri single malt, their very first single malt on the market. Very cool. This bottle has like an inch of glass on it. It's probably one of the heaviest bottles I've ever seen. I mean, you're talking about a weapon. That's a weapon. So that's pretty cool. So this was started in 1953 by Kedar Nath Sharma, and it became the Kedar Nath Sons in Doraha, which was at the time an undivided Punjab. Ended up all the liquor contracts in the state. I was like, that's called a good company. Get all the contracts in the state. Good job. They opened up this place in Chandigarh, which is some city I cannot pronounce, also in India, at the Picadilly Resturant and Bar, and of course was named after the London's Piccadilly Circus. As of course, Garth says, "What a shitty circus," but you know it is the way it goes. But in 1972, and that was in 1967, they were the only standalone bar in that city for 35 years. Talk about a great business model. They were so successful, they got in 1972 the movie theater business, then in distribution. 73 got into the hotel business. They own multiple 4- and 5-star hotels all around India now. So they might have a wee bit of money. What do you do when you have a ton of money? You open a distillery. So in 1993, they started building a distillery, and by 94 was operational. Decided, hey, let's build another distillery, which is where this one is made. And this is at the Indri, Haryana. Their first one was in Patiala in Punjab. All right, so in 2008, they were the first Indian company that had able to form cane juice, and in 2009, started importing barrels to the United States to actually start aging whiskey and rum. So that's very nice of them to do that. In fact, so they've been laying this down since 2010. Their first batch didn't come out till 21. So it tells me there's no age statement on here. This is like 10-year-old Indian whiskey. I don't know that for sure, but I mean, they threw some of it away. I don't know, but
I was going to say there could be a lot of trial and error the first 4 years.
Right. So who knows how old this is, but we'll find out soon enough on the palette here. All right. They also own a couple of TV channels, a couple of print publications. So let's just say they have a ton of freaking money. They also have they're getting rid of all their molasses-based spirits, which is the way in India you can call a whiskey even though it's molasses-based. So they're phasing all that out, and they opened a third distillery in Balwal, which is now going to be all malt, all to compete with higher-end premium scotches and other European single malts. So seem to be doing everything correctly. So the first sipping rum called Kimarika is coming out in 2022, so that's very nice of them. So lots of cool stuff by this company that I was awesomely contacted and sent a bottle of, so really appreciate it. What you want to know is what's in this bottle, though. So here's what this is. This is a Indri Trini Indian single malt. It's 46%. It's non-chill filtered. It's no coloring. So all marks of the box. And Trini means the 3 wood. So very cool. It's the very first Indian whiskey to be in 3 different types of woods. And Indri Sanskrit refers to the 5 senses. Of course, Indriya, which is smell, taste, touch, sight, and sound. Like I said, it's been laid down since 2010. No chill filtering. No coloring. I mean, that's a beautiful color. I mean, you really... For no coloring, that's really pretty. Now, we are using ex-bourbon and then also ex-red wine casks and ex-PX Sherry Casks. So I was just going to add some color to it. They use 6-row Indian bar, which I really do like 6-row, so it's much harder to work with. It's all cultivated by hand, then selected by hand, which they're doing all that. They have 3 wash stills, 3 spirit stills. Once the 25,000 and 15,000 liters, they're making up to 4 million liters a year. So they're putting out some serious amounts of whiskey. They have currently 40,000 barrels aging. They're building another couple of rick houses. They'll have to 100,000 aging soon. So needless to say, they are putting out a serious amount of whiskey at these guys. The distillery is actually all powered by the chaff of barley and rice. They don't use any chemicals in their crops. And like I said, all the spent barley sent to cattle, as we know those are very happy cattle. In fact, their blender, Indri Kumar, was been making some months so far, and is the distiller of the year in 2011. So let's just say these guys clearly are doing everything right from what I can see. So I never heard of them prior to them singing. I did find out they won Whiskey Advocate's 2017, number 17 of last year's Whiskey Advocate count. Not that really matters, but what matters is what's in here, what we think of it. So let's see what we do think of it.
Well, it smells like a lovely single malt. I'm getting all of my markers for barley right off the bat. It's granola, it's oatmeal. It's very, very fruity.
Oh, and they even do in-house coopering, which is
Oh,
nice.
fun.
They bring it all. They take all the stuff, reassemble it there, and rechar and everything. So they're the biggest independent distiller now in India.
So all Indian grains,
Mm-hmm.
and they're coopering their own wood.
Yeah, they're getting our cat like American, used American French oak and PX Sherry Casks, but then recoopering, breaking them down like they do, and then recoopering when they get over there on their own. They're recharring and everything. So
nice.
So it's a hell of a facility to say the least. Like I said, using these massive pot stills, which is really nice. It smells
It's
great.
very, very fruit forward. The wine casks are absolutely there. I'm getting a lot of red berry. I'm getting a lot of tree fruit.
Yeah, I got let's see, black tea, a little pineapple, a little bit of ginger, vanilla, honey, oak tannins, raisins, dates, a little bit of plum, caramel, wood incense, butterscotch, a little hint of smoke. They do use some peat in there. It said they use a little bit of peat. They said there's a mix of peat and unpeated. There's a little bit of peat though, from what I can tell. So look at this, like nice mango, lemon, lime on there. A little bit of cherry, a little bit of strawberry. Yeah, it's like Will said, a lot of nice red fruits on there.
Yeah, beyond that, I'm actually getting cranberry.
Okay. Yeah, see that.
And you said raisin. I'm getting like that craisin. That like
yeah, exactly. Yeah, which I'm sure that's from the PX.
Yeah.
This smells wonderful, though. And they said this is their very first malt. They also blended malt called the Whistler. I haven't seen that. I'd love to try their blended malt as well. It sounds really fast. And that came out in 2020. But yeah, I'd love to try that. I don't know if that's available in the States or not, but this smells great.
I was thinking of Whistler Irish.
That's what I thought too. I was like, oh, but then I started looking at no, it's a Whistler Indian blended malt. So I'm like, oh, that sounds really fascinating. Love to try it. But yeah,
it smells without fault. I'm not smelling anything off. I'm not smelling anything.
Smells like they did their homework and spent the money to do so, based on what I'm reading. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Oh. Yeah, raisin, dates, and plums right up front. Big PX cask kicking in. A nice wood spice, black pepper. Ooh, tropical fruits. Oh, it's got some Irish in there too. Papaya, guava, mango.
It's mango, but it's like cinnamon dipped mango.
Yeah. Now this is up in a region right at the base of the Himalayas at the Yamuna River. Is where these guys are. So way up north in India. So much for, we're not talking the subtropics. We are where most of the other Indians are. So they're way at the top of the country. It was very unique. Oh, wow. They got a little mango chutney, cherry, vanilla, honey, little caramel sauce.
I'm getting a depth of age on this, Matt. I'm getting at least 8.
I think they put this in the barrel for a long time. Violet. Oh, yeah. It has a little violet now. Cardamom. It's even like a lemon, but now even a lemonade with like a black tea to it.
I'm getting. I got a blueberry lemonade.
Ooh, I like that idea. Yeah, it really is. That's cool. That's a really good whiskey.
It's really fun, and it's again, there are fun layers in there. It's not one cohesive note going across your palate. It actually tastes, like I said, at least like there's 8 years. Maybe it could be upwards of 10.
Could be. I mean, it's possible based on the age.
The base of this is just it feels like it's nice and thick and viscous like an aged whiskey would be. My guess,
they also want to follow the Scottish rules, so they said at least 3 that's they're going to do. So they want to compete with. And my guess is they probably not aged here because it probably has some younger stuff mixed into it. But I bet, like you said, there's some 10 and probably some 8 in here. I would guess that's the mass majority of it, but mixed with probably some 3 to get out to market would not surprise me.
Right, but like to me, if 70% of this was 8 years old, it wouldn't surprise me at all. No, this is real, and the oiliness of it's fantastic. Like I checked all the boxes for me: no color, no chill filtering. Nothing. It's just this definitely competes to me with like Amroot, Paul John, the big boys. And basically, what they're spending the money to be enormous. As far as their base product goes, I don't know about. I mean,
of course, this is their first one. We haven't had any of their they don't have any other special products. I'd love to try them, obviously, when they come out. Best price, I looked up like the price of this thing. These things are going to be like $50. So they're not expensive either, which I think is fabulous. So I can't complain on price.
I'm not mad about a $50 single malt, even with no age statement.
No, not at all. And it's especially three different types of finishes. Yes, please.
Right.
Or actually, I guess marrying. They take the three and then they marry them. But yeah, it's really cool. I really, really like it. That's really good.
I like it. I think it's nice. And for the price point, I'm not too sad about it. I'd definitely pick up a bottle at 50. I'd probably buy a second. If this continues to be as good as it is all the way down through it. I mean,
yeah, my guess is it's only going to get better. Yeah, because this arrived maybe I got a week ago or less. Yeah, because they sent this. The guy India in the middle of the night is having me up watching TV, and I think his name was Sharon. Constantly goes, "Hey, we watch your channel. I want to know if you'd like to try our Indian single malt." I'm like, "Sure, I don't know anything about it, but sure, absolutely." And yeah, this is freaking awesome. So I want to thank those guys over there.
I'm happy to have this on my radar. This is nice.
Yeah, because I didn't know anything about it. So awesome.
I'm not picking up the peat. I almost wish Sarah was here to.
Yeah, I mean, it is just a very small hint of smoke. It's not even really peat to me. But yeah, they do use some of it in there when they're drying their barley out, though. So
are you getting like an actual smoke? Or are you getting like mushroom fungal? Like
it's mostly just like a tiny bit of ashy smoke for me.
Okay. It
doesn't really smell like earthy fungal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a wisp. It's not much. So I'm interested to see what the peat ends up tasting like when they have more of it, what some of their cask strength is. Very, very much looking forward to seeing what these guys do over the next several years. But based on this is your first product, they're going to do a hell of a good job, be my guess. So price point's right. I got nothing but good things to say about this. And I had zero expectations when I got it.
So I got nothing negative, that's for sure. It's It's lovely.
It's fantastic. So thanks for sending it, guys. Really appreciate this, and look forward to more fun stuff with you.
Yeah, so glad to have this on the radar.
Absolutely.
Hope you are too. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Click that notification bell. We deep dive into whiskey topics every Monday night. Come hang out with us there. If you're so inclined, we got a Patreon page where you can go see some more behind-the-scenes footage. Until next time, keep on crusading for better whiskey in your glass. Cheers.
Cheers. It's getting to the point where I pour like the perfect amount to do these reviews, and like there's like 2 drops for the infinity thing. I mean, it's barely got anything even in it anymore. It's like, well, when you get 2 drops.